Okay, this requires some explanation. In fact, a lot of explanation. But, how about we just, jump right in, and the explanation will come as we proceed. Warning, it's possible that certain scenes in this game could be shocking for an unprepared audience, or maybe not. The soundtrack and sound effects of Off, composed by alias Conrad Goldwood, are an integral part of the game. It would, of course, be a pain to play without them. It would be a shame. Of course, if you're watching this without audio on, I don't know why you're here. Name. We can probably compass something. That would make sense here. Oh, no! Okay. Wow, we have a big selection of characters here. I actually don't know how you... There we go. There's something on the keyboard for backspace. Also, nice kerning there. Blocks is your name. Confirm, yes. I'm a guy, I'm a girl, I'm a guy. Very well. Welcome, Blocks. You have been assigned to a being named Le Batteur, or the Batter. So, start of the explanation. When I first went through this game, it was in the original French. Likewise, I tend to think of the characters with their French names. I might, like, at random, refer to them in English or in French. It should be easy to tell. Like, the Batter, Le Batteur, same thing. I don't know which one I'm going to end up saying. Le Batteur has a mission. Ensure that it is accomplished. We will leave you in the Zone 0. Good luck. For more information, find the one named Le Juge, the judge. Welcome to Off. To move my body, use the arrow keys on the keyboard. To interact with other objects, use the spacebar or the enter key. Like this. I don't actually remember the key bindings for this thing. That's X or C. Yeah, I haven't. So this is RPG Maker. I have not touched RPG Maker in a very, very, very long time. We'll play around in the menu at a later point, but you can probably see this looks quite like RPG Maker. I'll have to think on when to actually start explaining certain things, like why in the world this game is in French, and why I'm playing this. I'm actually not playing this game for its own sake. I'm playing this game to play something else. Here he is. There cannot be other living beings here in Zone 0. I therefore deduce that you must be a product of my imagination. And if you're wondering where these voices are coming from, I'll explain that in a second. Nevertheless, I will present myself. I am Le Juge, and I am burning to know your name, my dear chimeric interlocutor. Chimeric, fanciful, I think that was the word there. This guy's, so, excuse some awkwardness at the beginning here as I'm reading people's dialogue. This one guy, Le Juge, is probably the hardest character to translate on the spot out of everyone in the game. He's very, very, sesquipedalian. He uses big words as much as he can, so trying to do a weird voice and simultaneously come up with it on the spot as I translate from another language, from one language's big words to English's big words at the same time, like, it's a little hard. I am the Batter. I've been entrusted with a sacred mission. Pleased to meet you, but I was not addressing the body, but the soul that hosts it. What is your name, controller? His name is Blocks. He cannot speak to us. However, he sees and hears all. Although you, to my eyes, are nothing but an imaginary specter, know that I am very pleased to meet you, dear Blocks. I believe we need your help. Many people have need of my services, you know. Everybody loves cats. We love... No. We rub, you rub against legs and purr insistently. They love that. I wasn't talking about that kind of help. I'm gonna have to try not to laugh while speaking as the batter. That'd be uncharacteristic. Very well. But then, what kind of service could I offer to an ectoplasmic being? I have a sacred mission to fulfill. I must purify this world. Well, there is no goal more respectable than that. I accept. I will help you. I will help guide you through this place, if that would help you. Thank you. Yeah. You expect him to walk in the door and then that happens. Okay. Well. Okay, moving left moves me down. RPG Maker being RPG Maker. Although most of the translation ought to be pretty faithful, but I apologize if kind of like just to not spend time trying to come up with something, I say something that's a little bit approximate. You found a chance ticket. We'll see what those do later. I should probably write some of these things down. I'll leave it be. Can't get past this obstacle. I don't know if I'm going to voice like every single thing, but... Allow me to admit, I find you quite tangible for a phantasmagorical being. You be, in fact, a person of blood and flesh and blood. Why do I always get the suit? He even says flesh and blood in that same order. For some reason, whenever I translate this sentence, I do it backwards by accident. Just to make sure it's not a problem, I've read through the first couple of scenes a couple of times. I believe so. And that would mean I've been wrong from the beginning, and you hadn't even interrupted me in my elucubrations, in my being wrongness. I think I tried to look up elucubration in a French dictionary and wasn't even in there. It's fairly strange, I must say, since you're the first living being that I have found in this place. I had thus concluded that Zone 0 was a barren place, but clearly I had been wrong. But there are other zones that exist as well, and in those places, hostile individuals may aggress upon you in a violent fashion. If it sounds weird the way I'm saying this and the way I'm translating it, it's because it is weird in the original French. Your holy mission risks bringing you to these places. Would you like for me to teach you the art of confrontation? I don't know why this question is posed by the batter himself, but yes, I'll show you how the combat system in this game works. It's a little bit different than your usual turn-based combat. I'll let Lizu explain for you. This is the combat screen. As you can see, you see yourself on the right side of the screen. This part I actually haven't practiced, but I mean, it's not like I've read through the whole game. I just wanted to make sure I could read the first, like, world's worth of dialogue. Your opponent is found to the left for one combat. At the beginning of the combat, yeah, I don't know if I want to read this technical explanation. I doubt you guys have the patience for me to try to actually like do a voice for this entire tutorial. So I'll just read this normally. At the beginning of the combat, you get one first choice. You can choose attack, auto, and run away. Attack allows you to, of course, engage in combat in the classic fashion, he calls it. If you select auto, the computer will make decisions, strategic decisions for you, turning you into a simple spectator. And finally, run away, as its name indicates, is the coward's option. I do not recommend this alternative, but it's time to try. select attack, select the batter, and select attack again to attack me. Do not use the auto function. The computer will not stop attacking, which would risk killing me and bringing my secrets to the tomb. But just to let you see. I've never actually seen what happens if you do this. I've heard of what happens. No, no, no. You don't understand at all. I'll tell you one more time. Open your ears. Select the batter, then the attack command. Select me next. To select me to. Yes. We'll just let this go as it goes. Okay, so it's just telling me to stop. I believe if you keep attacking, something funny happens. He's just saying the same thing. This music is so calm. How impatient do you have to be? I believe something eventually happens. Oh, that's interesting. Stop attacking? Never mind. Okay, no, he'll talk to you every single time before you attack. Idiot, you've exhausted my life points. I will die in this barren place, and her secret mission will stop here. Amazing. I've never actually seen the game over screen. I've heard this song before. It's called Stay in Your Coma, as you might have guessed from the lyrics you can hear. For some reason, the names of the songs tend to be in English. There's a couple things in English in this game, but most of it's French. I believe the creator is Belgian. Cool song, though. Alright, well, that was a great idea before you could even save the game. Oh wait, I need to enter my name and whatnot again. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're back. That was like 30 seconds, but... Okay. Select the batter, and then we can tell the batter what to do. Oh yeah, I forgot there's the... That doesn't do anything here because we only have one party member. So there's a... I guess you call it... I don't remember what this is called in the original RPG Maker, like rank. That's what it is, like in front or in back. I don't remember what the actual mechanical difference is between those. We have items we can use, of course. We don't want to use that, but as you can see, well, maybe. That gives you some life points back. So... tickets are life. You have skills, which I believe in a couple of the rather awkward English translations of this game still got translated as competence instead of the more normal word for compétence, which is a skill. So of all the strange things in this game, people took skills being called competences as just like part of the game being weird. That it's actually just a translation quirk. You do not have any abilities though. Attack. Excellent, my dear sportive fellow. Know that the impact of your attack, assault, whatever, will depend on the level of the batter and of his opponent. It's also possible that you or your adversaries will dodge offensive movements. That they can dodge your attacks. Sometimes sometimes you'll land crits. Flavor text. Sometimes you'll land crits, those will do a lot of damage. Crits happen a lot in this game, actually, and they do a lot of damage. You never know in a given game whether that crits actually matter, if they do much extra damage, if you do lots and lots of weak crits. Crits happen somewhat often in this game and do a lot of damage. But let's continue, if you'll allow. You'll notice that, well, you chose attack first time, after having selected the batter. A new window opened to the bottom right on the screen. Yes, that was where we selected attack, or object, or skill. You have the choice between 4 new options: attack, attacks. Just attacks one enemy. Skill will allow you to use one of your particular talents, none of which we have yet. Objects allow you to use items. Now, so what makes this combat system unique is the fact that it's actually somewhat in real time. We'll hopefully see that in a second here. Again, you can run away, but only the batter has this option in his personal menu. Your party will not always be comprised of only the batter, as if you couldn't tell already. Let's try to use an item. Oh! Oh, okay. He'll give me a chance to get to use. And use it with gratitude. On the batter's character. Thank you. What? Okay. Oh, well, that's the attack I first told him to use. Okay, so object we have this chance ticket. Use it on him. Of course, it's not going to do anything since he's already healed. Impeccable! Your mastery of combat is genius. Fantastic. But there's still one thing we haven't covered. We've talked about, well, there's another thing. There's the timing. That's the thing that confuses people about the combat in this game. There's even an entry in the FAQ in the README for this game saying, I don't understand the combat. How does it work? You'd think that the one unusual thing they would cover at some point. I think they will. I'm speaking of skills. These are usually special hits, special attacks, activating surprising effects. They can be particularly powerful attacks, or maybe abilities allowing you to regain life points. But know this, using any kind of skill always uses skill points, that's PC. Using your skills, we'll use them wisely. Once you're out of them, you'll have to, well, you won't be able to use those attacks anymore. You'll have to refill it. And you can get yourself in a bad situation, you run out of it, essentially. I'm paraphrasing because this guy's so verbose and we're trying to not spend, like, too much time on just the tutorial. But let's try it out. Oh, now I can actually use an ability. I don't know why I couldn't before, but sure. Try using Grand Angle. How would you translate that? Would it just be Grand Angle? Like Big Angle? I think they translated in English. Well, no. I don't know what they translated in English as. I haven't seen this game in English. Why do I think I knew this game in English? I think they might have called it that in English too. Yes. Which this is your analysis move. Notice I can't do anything. I can't select the batter until that bar fills. That white bar underneath his skill points. That's the real-time aspect of the combat system. Analyzes characteristics of opponents. Costs 2 PV. Not a bad idea to use this on everyone. Gets you a little bit of flavor text. Le Juge. Mysterious. Feline with a strange appearance. No kidding. 300 PV, that's how many times you had to hit him earlier, I guess. Had to hit him like over 10 times. 30 skill points. Yeah, so this is one of those games where enemies that aren't bosses have a limited number of skill points. No weakness or resistance. Yes, elements are a thing in this game. Now you know my characteristics. Well, if being mysterious is a characteristic, I feel like that's like not knowing a characteristic. But also, the art of combat. Oh. Know that your analysis is always about the situation at the beginning of combat. Or... You can also keep analyzing opponents. The combat is, in theory, over when the life points of your team or your opponents all fall to 0. Take care of your health if you'd like to, well, not die. Huh, I thought they'd explain... The entire reason I went through that tutorial was just to show how the real-time aspect worked. That's literally the one thing they didn't explain. Juge, what are you doing? Okay. Now you are prepared to crush all impure obstacles that you encounter en route to your luminary? Whatever, mission. Well, supposing that your intelligence is... screw me. Sorry. Distractions. Huh. Well, supposing that your intelligence is equal to your undeniable capacity to strike blows upon an innocent cat. Whatever the case, your training has not yet reached its end. Please follow me, if you would still like me to be your guide. How do you do that? We'll keep on going. I want to at least get the tutorial in the first episode. And again, I assure you that the translation will be less awkward when we're talking to anyone other than this guy. I think you can actually do the puzzle already, but... yes. To pass, you must correctly use your cerebral device. What would the right word for that be? Your brain. I believe that these blocks floating in space, correspond some way or another to the symbols you can see on the walls. Yeah. Does he see more stuff? You can talk to him more? No. And of course you just have to interact with them in order. What? Oh, well, the floating blocks, not the not floating blocks, sorry. Have you a problem, my dear hero? I cannot do anything for you. I am not your butler. Nevertheless, yeah. Nevertheless, might I suggest you could activate certain floating blocks multiple times, if need be. Go on, solve this intriguing puzzle. And quickly, if you would please. I'm in a hurry, essentially. Right, 1, 2... Oh, 2. What's going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 2, 3. There we go. Ah, finally, after so much effort, the much-awaited reward makes its entry into the scene, makes its way into the scene, enters onto the scene, something like that. Get to the people like... I like you, Zhuge, but I want to get to the people that talk normally. Those sounds, I don't think you need translations for that. Ah, Silver Flash. That increases your skill points. You might remember this, 448-287. That'd be 4, 4, 8, 2, 8, 7. This game does have some number of puzzles. He just keeps on doing his thing. We'll get out of Zone 0 before we leave. Before we stop this episode, that is. Behold, something that could be particularly useful in your purifying quest, dear enlightened student and sportive friend. It is a cube floating in the air. You must have no doubt noticed. Nevertheless, you'll be able to differentiate it from its similar brethren by the contrast of its terrible taste that it imposes upon your eyes, for its jarring colors, defying any sense of the plastic arts. That is, it's red. But do not judge it too quickly. That's my job. Because beyond its criticable appearance, this red cube is of undeniable utility. Aside from restoring you the entirety of your life and skill points, it can also save your progress and send you back to the Void. The Void is a transitory place, a place outside of real space, where you can travel from one point to another at the speed of light. I invite you to try right now, so that you can discover other more populated place than this deserted place. So, I keep repeating the word place. He uses a different word for place in each case, but like I don't really know how to just reach those words in English. Open your wings, my dear companion, and send yourself through into these following zones without hesitation. Your only enemy is the fear that it will get in your way. Very well. Do not to worry. I travel quite a lot between the different zones of this world as well. We will most likely be destined to encounter ourselves, or to meet again at some point. In fact, take this. This singular object will be the key that allows you to enter Zone 1. Yes, you need to actually collect objects to go to each zone. You can't just go to all of them from the beginning. Have I told you that you can at any moment consult your inventory and your characteristics, like stats, things like that, by pressing the escape key? That's not the key I use, but sure. Lion card has been found. That's what allows us to go places. Zone 1 specifically. Go on, I invite you to try using this floating cube behind yourself. Okay, so escape also works? Yeah. So we can look at this later. Was I always level 2? Did I level up? No. I got some experience now. Huh, so you get more experience if you do the tutorial. But I didn't defeat the Juge, did I? How did I get that experience? Anyways. Life points and skill points restored. So, again, please bear with me. I'll explain why I'm playing this a little bit next episode, I think. And beyond that, I'll also, now saving, return to the void now. Third option is cancel in case that piques your interest. Return to the void, yes. Everyone else will be easier to speak for. So, apologies if I stumble a little bit sometimes with the juge, but everyone else, the performance will be a little bit better. Anyhow, there's someone speaking here, but I can't quite make it out. It's actually in French, so I have no idea. But, I'll see everyone next time. We'll head on to the first real zone of the game, and things will go on a little bit more smoothly. I'll explain why we're here. Bye, everyone. At least part of it.